Whoa, 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 ho, 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 ho. What is up, WACC people? Thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope everything's amazing for you all as always. I am your host, the Honorable OCT Octavius Haye, and this is the WACCast podcast. If you are listening to us on YouTube, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you're notified for any new videos uploaded to the channel. If you're listening on any platform that's streaming the podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, please follow us so you can get notified for new episodes of WACCast podcast. Now, with the formalities out of the way, let's talk WACC to 'em. So Kanye West, who seems to be just staying in the news these days, he had his Instagram deactivated for about 24 hours. Guess he was doing a little too much on there, as we have been seeing. He was also cut from performing at the Grammys. A big part of that was the Grammys said his things he'd been posting online, and he's having issues with Trevor Noah, who's hosting the Grammys. And Trevor had been commenting on his, erratic behavior. And so I guess the Grammys just thought it'd be best just to remove him from there, and a little bit of a punishment, right? Now, Trevor Noah himself has come out and said that this is not what he wanted. He was just trying to make Kanye get better, or wanted Kanye to get better, but he didn't want to punish Kanye by removing him from the Grammys. But it seems like the Grammys had other things in mind. Now, this has kind of sparked a fuse. It's lit a fuse, and it's kind of it's a domino effect that's been set off with this, to where now Jay Prince has come out saying that he thinks that the popular artists like Kanye, Drake, The Weeknd, Nicki Minaj, and many others should boycott the Grammys, actually, and that they should instead go and perform on that same night as the Grammys. They should go perform for another station to take away their ratings, to show the Grammys how powerful they are, to hopefully implement change. Now, Nicki Minaj she responded to this saying, respect, which is not really an answer whether she'll do it or not. But Nicki has been one of those artists that have complained about the Grammys, and really hip-hop and the Grammys have never had the best relationship. Through some of the people that have won the Grammys, to the Grammys a lot of times not televising hip-hop winners and not really acknowledging the feats of what hip-hop is, and also categorizing rappers when they do make different genres of music, just sticking it all in hip-hop. I know Drake has talked about that, Tyler the Creator has talked about that, and you can see when other artists, white artists like Machine Gun Kelly, who went from rap to rock, they didn't just keep him in hip-hop. When he transitioned over and started making rock music, they put him as a rock artist. He's been very successful in that genre. So there's definitely something to look at with that. My take on it is I have no problem with that. If you're an artist and you feel like you're not being appreciated, and you attending these events is a big part of how they get their audience, but they're acting like they don't need you or they're bigger than you, then yeah, go ahead and show them. So I have no problem with it. The thing is, are artists going to show? Are they going to do it? I know that Jay Prince and Drake have a great relationship, so I could see Drake possibly doing it, at least considering it. Jay Prince and Kanye have had conversations. But you look at Nicki didn't confirm she was going to do anything. She really hasn't said anything other than respect to what Jay Prince has said. So you have to wonder, will they? My take on it is, another take I guess I have on it is, if you're going to complain about it, what are you going to do? What actions are you going to take to change it? Because you can go all day long and complain, but a lot of these artists, they'll complain about it one year and then they'll be back. I personally don't think the Grammys mean what they used to mean. They've lost a lot of their luster. A big part of that is not catching up with the times and making some of these decisions, giving the hip hop awards to Macklemore and Ryan Lewis when they was clearly Kendrick's year, and just doing other things similar to that to upset the hip hop audience and artist, and hip hop has become the number one money making genre in music. So when you do that, and this is the top money maker in the industry, eventually the artist and then the artist fans are going to start to look at you as less than. Your value is going to decrease. And I think for the Grammys, they still looked at hip hop as that other thing, that they were even being generous enough to include you, and I think that's a mistake. I think the Grammys need to catch up with the times and try to make things right, because these artists have been upset, and now you got some of these the OGs behind the scenes start to say, hey, if we really mad, let's put our money and our time where our mouth is, and let's show them what we can do, and let's show them the power that we have, and that their power is only allowed when we give it to them, or it's only there when we allow them to have it. And we can change all this up real fast. We can have our own awards show. You know, maybe everybody go to the BET Awards this year, and let's treat that like the big award show. Or, you know, like you said, we just do our own thing on these days. And they see that value decrease, and maybe they're willing to hear us and stop ignoring us and doing whatever they want to do. And I know the Grammys have brought in, you know, try to be more diverse with who comes and judges, but it seems like a lot of these same problems still happen. So I don't know how big of influence those other judges really do have on a lot of the decisions of who wins what and what genre people are put into, and performances and things like that people are really having, that artists are really having an issue with. But ultimately, this is a great time to show the Grammys and then to show up and coming artists that it's really you that moves everything. And all these big wigs, fat cats in the industry, their power is only there as long as they have successful artists who people want to see. And you being that successful artist, you have a lot more to bargain with than they like to let you know, than they like to admit. So yeah, I'm all for it. I would support it. I would hope more people would support it. And I understand there's, and I'm like this too. There's bigger things going on in the world. Yes, of course. But you don't always have to push away like the superficial thing. You can make a mark right now. You don't always have to wait to save the world's problems before you get to the superficial thing. This is an important thing, because you do want your value to be known. And if my presence is going to make you your money, then yeah, I want my fair share. I mean, am I living a luxury lifestyle? Yes, already, of course. But that doesn't mean I'm going to allow you to get one over or two over on me and use me and abuse me and not care what I have to say and not care about my genre or my art and force me into this one genre when I'm making different type of music. So I get that 100%. So support to all those artists. And if this is going to happen, I'm ready for it.
It's the WACCast podcast, yeah.
Talk whack to me, talk whack to me,
yeah.
Talk whack to me, talk whack
it's
to me.
It's the WACCast podcast, yeah.
Talk whack to me, talk whack to me,
yeah.
Talk whack to me, talk whack to me.